rye, and it's delicious. So he went down the hatch. A few minutes later, he come up and he says, can you handle it? And I said, yeah, I'm all right, just go ahead and take it easy. So he disappeared. They said he went down there and heaved his insides out. You know, I'm kidding him all the time. I didn't know he was that sick. God, I've never been air sick, and you know, it doesn't really bother me. Oh well.
That's also called a cannibal sandwich.
The cannibal.
Well, I was up here one time with Kermit, and he says, you got to try this. So, what is the old man Pooper? He serves it all the time. So I went over there, and he says, come here. So Kermit chopped off from the loaf they had there, about that long, about that thick. And I looked at it and I said, well, Kermit, that looks like raw meat. And he said, yeah, it's ground round with certain spices and herbs in it. So he slabbed him off one, put it on rye bread, and he cut off a chunk about half it and put it on rye bread and put some onions on it. And I took a bite of it and I started chewing. I said, yeah, I don't know. My stomach says, this is not good. You know, so I chewed and I finally swallowed it and it didn't lay there yet, you know. So everybody says, come on, this is good Wisconsin traditional food. I said, bullshit. And down at the end they had Swiss cheese and brats, and I forget what all they had. And I says, I'm going down there to get me some of that real traditional Wisconsin food. And so there was about 3 or 4 couples over. They said, right on, you know, this cannibal food is. Kermit loves it. Yeah.
You cook it a little bit.
I've personally been introduced to the cow before
You want to cook it some. Ugh.
Well, it was good meat. I guess it's very good meat.
Throw it on the grill.
Sure.
Well, I went over and I had about 4 or 5 more vodkas and still didn't want to go down. So I said, heck with it. So then they had a barbecue over there with ribs and chicken, which was exquisite. That was when they dedicated the Pioneer Hangar over there.
Oh.
Yeah, it was back in April or something like that. And they had a pig in there and spare ribs and chicken, and it was really good. So I looked around, I said, Kermit, you want me to fix you a plate? And he says, no, I'm going to go back and get some of the others there.
Did you get Kermit back yet for pushing you off the wing?
No, I'll get him. I'll get him a little bit later. They give me a bath out here the other day. We got in, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Kermit says, come on here, Russ. He says, there's something wrong with the left leading edge. I said, what do you mean wrong with the leading edge? I said, you mean the leading edge platform we work on? No, further out from there. So I'm closing up, you know, we're getting ready to shut the airplane up after we got here. We'd had a few glasses of champagne, you know, and everybody's, get over us. Because I'm the old Papa Smurf, they call me, see. So anyhow, we got out there, and I've been watching all the wings, and I go out and check everything. There was nothing flopping around. I should have known better. But, you know, I went out there, and he got down, he says, oh, I guess from where I was looking at the cockpit, it's on the bottom. He says, something's loose and flopping like a dummy. I leans over the edge, and he give me a body block. Right off.
Into the water.
Yeah, that stuff tastes awful.
The water?
Yeah. What is it? Are you local?
No, I'm north of Chicago.
This is bad looking water here. It's mud on the bottom, I know.
Tim.
Oh, has he got a pork suit on? What happened to your blue jumper?
And we're at the rear of the Sunderland. Down the hatch here.
That tug was on.
Jolly Sailor.
Jolly
we
Sailor.
we took him along up.
Oh, yeah.
He sat right in that seat. He was petrified. Tony, he's good.
He was a neat guy.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Pretty good old boy.
Yeah, they stick to the oil. All these dead bugs.
And Trans-Pacific, just the neatest guy. He's about 78 or so. But he got drafted, and so a couple days a week he wears Pan Am uniform, a couple other days just a little sport. This has got to be a bag. He's up here, and I think he has. All the way back. I'm sure you get any number of.
And lays down. So here we are. We're watching something.
Ross, the light is disconnected. Is that? I was told to tell you the light was disconnected.
Hi, Tom. Okay, put this down there at all. But we took her into the dock there, and it was pretty good. We had great, you know, we were going to go. It was a 1-to-1.
Now you're in our territory.
Yeah. So we were a little apprehensive about even going ahead.
Here you go.
See how many hours we have.
40. By the time we finish, you have 45.
Yeah.
Great.
Coming down, Russ.
Then I put it in the water, pump it the rest of the way up, then carry the motor out and take the motor all while this thing's trucking through the water. We had to do it. Goose. We got up there and held it.
Get you seaplane deal tonight, isn't he? Kermit?
No, I'm serious. I would go get the Oshkosh Fire Department.
Here we are.
Close him down.
Lunch flight or
No, it's a dinner flight.
peanuts?
We're gonna be up for 12 hours.
12 hours.
What, are we going to Florida?
Florida. Oh,
Plenty of gas.
we're going to the other side of the lake.
I said a while ago. Said they almost got a guy yesterday. Did you hear that story? It was sitting off the wings up here.
Properly adjust your seatbelt.
Trying.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
right?
they fired number 4.
They've got
Buffett can't buy one of these. None left.
And we're standing by for takeoff here.
it's a mystery what it will be.
Probably do pre-flight checks. Right? Sucker man?
What they're doing.
They're this long. Both of them are just balled up in there.
They just finished priming the engines up there. Yeah, those tourists.
Little rats like that, he said don't bite like the hamsters do.
They're either thinking, boy, I wish I was in there with them, or they're thinking, man, I wouldn't take off in that thing.
Yeah, that's what the vet said.
Saying, let's look at this thing one more time.
I'm too busy doing other things. I got time for this. I barely got time for the kids.
Guy wagging his wings.
Yeah, great. Somebody up top start clearing the birds. 2 minutes to start.
That ran up down those two houses on the other side. There's probably
Oh, is that right?
15 houses built together, which he considered.
I was gonna say, it's employee housing, isn't it?
Well, so he was thinking if he could rent them out. No, he was thinking he could rent them out.
I don't think so.
Beautiful place.
Another one. And we'll see how we're done.
Starts moving right away.
Yeah.